Well, as the saying goes, timing is everything, and the timing hasn't been good for those falling in Generation X. They are caught between the baby boomers and the younger Generation Y, and the Gen X is feeling the pinch of fewer opportunities and more responsibilities. Joining me now is CNN Financial lifestyle analyst Clyde Anderson. Good morning, Clyde.
Good morning, Rob. How are you?
You know, I guess I could call myself a Gen Xer, and my folks are getting older, and and a lot of my friends are struggling as well. Why is this so? What's the problem here?
It's a very interesting time. So we're talking about Gen Xers that, pretty much born 65 through 78. We're now in the situation where we're taking care of parents and becoming caregivers of parents as they get older, the baby boomers. A lot of these baby boomers weren't prepared for retirement. And now we're dealing with issues that we didn't have to deal with before, and especially in this economy. So in the economy, a lot of them have lost money in their retirement plans and their 401ks. And so now they're having to take care of these parents as well as raise children and deal with rising education costs and a lot of other things that are coming into the mix.
So unless the economy really starts to pick up and everybody gets on the green streets like we had in the 90s, I suppose, it's going to be a tough go for how long?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough go, I think, from now until. We've got to really try to figure out ways to make sure we make it work. And so a lot of people are doing different things, moving in together, consolidating. You really got to cut costs, and you really got to make sure that you're able to care for these parents, but also, again, raise these children where we look at college tuition. It's increasing dramatically, and it's not at the rate of inflation.
So you're telling me to build an in-law suite?
Hey, I think that's a smart thing to do. I mean, we've got to go back to the basics and do things that are basic. And if that's bringing everybody in closer together, that's how we used to do it years and years ago.
It may be a good thing for us, family-wise.
There you go. Because a lot of people are also taking care of grandparents. And so we're dealing with that situation as well.
And, for the Gen Xers, you go from your 20s and you kind of have no responsibilities, and then you get more responsibility. And then all of a sudden you have this much responsibility, and you need to look at your parents, and you may be struggling financially because of the economy. Boy, it just kind of hits you like a brick.
Right. And it hit us, definitely. When you think about Gen Xers, we came out into kind of a rough economy where things, we had one of the worst economic downturns since the Great Depression. So we're dealing with that. And now you think about it, we're in this situation where a lot of the people, the baby boomers, are still having to work because of retirement issues, because they don't have the money. They're having to work a lot longer. Now we've got the Generation Y, the younger generation, so we're competing for jobs as Generation Xers with baby boomers as well as with people in Generation Y.
Okay, so you build an in-law suite or consolidate if you can and have folks living together. What sort of other advice? Are there support groups out there? Are there books to read?
Yes, definitely. Check out on the web. There's several support groups. They're different, and each state usually has some sort of aging or elderly kind of support groups for people that are dealing with this because it is a big issue. And so you want to make sure that you're researching that to make sure that you have that kind of support group. You have people that you can go and maybe just get your mother involved in some activities as well as make sure that you're dealing with children and having time for your marriage or any sort of relationships and having some sort of social life as well.
So we don't want to go as far as say that the American dream is skip the generation because, this may bring us all together.
It brings us closer together. We got to look at the positive side. There's always a bright side.
I like it. Clyde Anderson.
My pleasure, Rob. Thanks for having me.